Yo. What's going on, fam? I'm just chiming in real quick just to get my little quick 2 cents, right? On this wannabe named OT Mexican. Some fat bastard Mexican, or should I say fake Mexican coming out of Texas. This nigga was on a little podcast talking crazy, disrespecting black Americans, talking about how he can say nigga and ain't nobody gonna say nothing about it. He can say nigga and ain't nobody gonna check him. Y'all, we gotta get rid of these culture vultures, y'all. These fake Mexicans, and yeah, I say fake Mexicans because to the people who know, you know that the real Mexicans is niggas. Like me. They look like me, the real Mexican. But this fat bastard named OT Mexican, he's in our culture, making money off of nigga music, which is hip-hop and rap music. That belongs to us. We started that. And now we got disrespectful tethers like OT Mexican slinging the N-word around like he one of us. And he said, yeah, I can say the N-word. I can say nigga. And who gonna do something about it? Y'all, the blatant disrespect of these tethers. This is why we cutting all ties with all tethers out there. Niggas done got too comfortable, y'all. Our people have gotten too comfortable with allowing foreigners into our culture, and now we got fake Mexicans like fat-ass OT Mexican who thinks he can disrespect black people, y'all. And he's down there in Texas. Where are my real niggas at down there in Texas, y'all? Y'all, we gotta do better, y'all. Why does a fake Mexican like OT Mexican feel comfortable saying nigga so much? And why is he standing on business saying, yeah, I can say nigga, and who gonna do something about it? Y'all, do you see black people going into the Mexican community, even though they're not real Mexicans? Do you see black people going into those communities and slinging around racial slurs? Do you think that these Mexicans would be cool with you if you started calling them racial slurs and saying, while you're in their community, making money off of their music that they made, you think Mexicans, or should I say fake Mexicans, because they're not the real Mexicans, but whatever they are, do you think that they would let you come around them in their community, around their women and children, and call them racial slurs, and then say, yeah, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing about it neither? Do you think they would allow you to do that? These people are vicious, they're violent. These people would be to chop you up, threw you in the back of a pickup, maybe even eating you, okay? But for some reason, this OT Mexican character, he think he's some kind of tough guy, which we don't care nothing about none of that, okay? You notice he went on a podcast where there was 3 so-called black women at, and for real, those black women up there, at least one of them was a tether, probably all 3 of them. That's why they didn't stand on business. They didn't feel no need to chastise OT Mexican for saying nigga and saying that he can say it whenever he wants to, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. You know why them women didn't say nothing about his behavior? One of those women was definitely a tether, and probably all 3 of them were tethers. We gotta stop letting niggas think that they can disrespect us in our own house, y'all. And do y'all see the movement? It's a movement out there of Hispanics out there running around online, and they're campaigning to say nigga. They're fighting for the right to call you nigga. I don't know where they do that at, but you know what? All y'all fake Mexicans out there, first of all, OT Mexican with your fat ass, you would have never tried that around real brothers, all right? That's why you made sure you pulled that shit when you was in there around some tethers, some black female tethers, and all women in there. I guarantee you, if it would have been some real niggas in there, FBA, you wouldn't have been running your fat ass Mexican mouth, nigga. I'm tired of people like you, tethers, coming to my country, coming in my culture, which is rap and hip hop. Why don't you make some Mexican music? You know why? Don't nobody want to listen to that shit. You ain't got no culture for real. So you come over here, invade my country and invade my culture, And my people have gotten so comfortable with letting tethers like you disrespect us. I'm telling y'all, that day is over. Y'all, if there's any black people out there who's listening to OT Mexican, you need to stop supporting him. Don't listen to his music. Don't stream his music. Don't buy his music. And let that nigga know that he cannot say nigga. We need to evict him from the house of hip hop, from the house of rap. And I guarantee you, he cannot survive just on other Mexicans supporting him, because the people who support hip hop and rap are niggas. That's our thing. And now we got this fat ass Mexican acting like he's some kind of tough guy. I don't care if you a shooter or not. I don't care if you a poker or a shooter. Means nothing, nigga. You think you got the right to disrespect my people? You're going to be in for a rude awakening. And you know what? The brothers ain't going to let you slide. Y'all need to apply pressure on this nigga OT Mexican. Make him apologize. Make him apologize. And don't let him make no more money off of our culture, y'all. This kind of stuff got to stop, y'all. Culture vulture. And then he got the nerve to keep saying nigga. And he said, yeah, ain't nobody going to do nothing about it. What the fuck you going to do about it? He's basically daring black people to stand up against his racist ass. These people want to be us so much. Everybody wants to be a nigga, except for when it's time to be one. I got news for you, OT Mexican. You ain't no nigga. You are a conquistador. You a colonizer. You a Spanish slave trader. We know who you are. And then you try to come over to my country, come into my culture, and tether yourself to my culture. To all the black people all across America, y'all, we got to do better. And we must expel all tethers. Time to cut strings from all these tethers, y'all. And do not let these fake Mexicans call you nigga. These people ain't your friend. Don't you see all these fake Mexicans online? And they're damn near protesting for the right to call you nigga. Why can't we say it? Why can't we say it? You say it. Nigga, you ain't us. And you've gotten so comfortable because black people in America have been so welcoming and inviting to everybody, even though we got culture vultures all over the place like OT Mexican. Won't you go make some Mexican music? Oh, I forgot. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. So you jump on our culture and you tether yourself to black Americans, and then you got the nerve to think you can say nigga. But you made sure you did it with a bunch of women and a bunch of tether women at that. Like you some kind of tough guy. Nigga, you ain't tough like that. Let me see you go on a podcast around a bunch of real niggas and demand that you be able to call them nigga and say, ain't nobody gonna do shit about it. What the fuck you gonna do about it? I guarantee you, that podcast would have went real different. To all my niggas out there all across America, cancel OT Mexican. Do not support him. And not only him, take back your support from all these tethers out here. You seeing how they really feel about you. They're fighting for the right to call you nigga. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And stop supporting OT Mexican.